Hi, my name's Chris. I'm a senior engineer here at Route 6 in Soho, and what we're going to do today is we're going to take some cinema DNG files from a Blackmagic Cinema Camera and take them into Avid and back. So, what we have here is I've created a new project in Resolve called DNG Dailies. This is version 9 beta. So, here are the actual files themselves. As you can see, they've all got the DNG extension, which means they're the cinema camera files. And inside of Resolve, we can browse straight to them, open up the containing folder, and you can see each shot one by one. You can even get a preview of it, and just to double check that it is a DNG file. So what we can do now is we can drag them into our media pool here on the bottom left hand side, and now they're all present in our media pool. They are the .dng files, so we're linking directly to them without having to import, and we can go through, have a look, and see which shots we want. Now, as we're just doing dailies, what we're going to do is we're basically just going to grab the lot and deliver them to Avid as MXF files. Okay, we have 5 shots down there, and now what you can do in your easy setups now in your deliver tool is an AAF round trip. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an offline style. So we're going to create DNX36 8-bit as MXF files for Avid. Now you need to make sure that source order is ticked. So that will basically create them in the order that they are in the timeline in Resolve. And then what we're going to do is the destination, we're going to send them straight into the Avid Media Files folder. And I'm just, for sanity purposes, I'm just going to create a number 2 folder, so I know where they are. Just highlight that. Click OK. Okay, the next important thing to remember down here is to render each clip with a unique file name. So that basically will allow it to create them each with a new file name, and you can see them if we go into the browser. Once we've done this, you'll see them each in the MXF folder. So if we start the render off, I'm just going to speed this up. Okay, now that's done, we've got a nice green tick up here saying that it's all been done correctly. And we should have 5 MXF files created from these 5 DNG shots. So if you have a look in our number 2 folder that I created, there's our 5 MXF, which should be DNX36. So the next challenge here is how do we get them into Avid? Now obviously Avid's going to scan up, but what we want to do is reference them straight away. So we can right click on the master timeline and export and generate a new AAF. Now this will create an AAF for Avid, and we can just name it whatever we want. So I'll just call this one MXF Dailies. Okay, and we'll just drop that in the MXF folder. Doesn't have to be there, but just for sanity purposes. Okay, so there's our MXF files and our AAF. Now if we jump over to Media Composer now, you can see it immediately scans up. It's recognised as new media in there. And if we right click in our bin, we can import that AAF straight in. Okay, so in our bin now, it has given us all of our master clips and a master sequence. Now the master sequence is basically just as they were in Resolve, all in one list, but as you can see, here's the master clips separately, ungraded. And if we open up the sequence, they'll be in the order that they were created inside of Resolve. But we're not going to be using this sequence, we're obviously going to be using it to create a new sequence of our own. Okay, just to double check, you can see that they are in fact DNX36 1080p, so we're good to go. Okay, so if we just clear the monitor here, and we'll just create a new sequence. And we'll call it something like MXF Edit. Okay, and then just going to create a very, very quick timeline, nothing flashy. Nothing good, actually. So there they are, that's our new sequence. And then what we can do then is right click on the sequence itself and export that as an AAF again. Now you need to make sure that we're linking to the audio and video and that we have AAF selected. Again, including all video tracks. We don't need to worry about audio because Resolve won't bring them in anyway. So just make sure the link to option is set and we can save that as mxf edit.aaf, and that will just be at the root of our drive. Okay, so if we have a look in the Finder now, there's our mxf edit AAF, which we're going to import back into Resolve. Okay, if we drop over to Resolve now, and we can right click and import the AAF that we just exported from Media Composer. Now there's a few things you need to make sure here. You need to make sure it says ignore file extensions when matching. So basically this just allows you to choose where the media is set. So if you highlight the source folder, hit OK. Now obviously you're going to get some errors because it won't find the MXF files, but it should relink to the files that are in your media pool. So there's our sequence exactly as it was inside of Media Composer inside of Resolve. And if we just right click on one of the clips and find in media pool, we could just double check that it's definitely referencing back to the DNG files, which it is. Now once that's done, we're happy, we're back referencing to the proper files that we want to grade with. So of course we can go straight in and begin our grade. Now as grading is not my forte, I'm literally just going to add some pink to all the clips just so we can see that when they go back to Avid they are in fact the graded clips from the original DNG files. So if we go back to deliver again, okay, there's our sequence. I'm happy with that. So we go up again and set it to Avid AAF round trip again. And now what this time we're going to do is we're going to set it to a higher resolution. So we're basically doing like an online conform for broadcast. We can set it to 8-bit or we can set it to 10-bit. We can even do uncompressed if we want, but just for demo purposes I'll do it like this. Again, we're just going to browse to the MXF folder, and for sanity reasons, for me, I'm going to create a 3 folder. So all those MXF files that it creates will go into the 3 folder. Just save that. Again, we're set to source order and render each clip with a unique file name. We can add the job again and start the render off. Okay, so that's all finished, and we can see in our MXF folder we should have a 3 folder, and there's our MXF files. Now again, we'll need the AAF file, but this time we can just create an AAF because it's still referencing the same media. So if we right click on the sequence, the MXF sequence now, because it's our edit that we did in Avid, we can just export that now. You can see in brackets it says resolve, so that just literally tells you it's gone back in and has been graded. So back inside Media Composer, let's create a new bin and just call it graded. Okay, if we right click in there we can import the AAF that we just exported from Resolve. There's all our master clips and our sequence, which should be all graded now. You can see now you've got the pink on all of the clips. Just need to enable the second video track here. There we go. So now you can see the difference between the original and the graded clips. Now all the master clips and source clips will be graded as well, and if we have a look back at our original you can see they're still ungraded. and compare that once again back to the graded sequence. Okay, I hope this has been helpful for you. Thanks for watching.